Hi, welcome to the channel. This week we're going to go through my 2012 TMNT collection. I'll show you all the figures I've got, some loose, some on the cards, vehicles, all those bits and pieces, and one or two sort of unusual ones as well that come from this line. Yeah, let's have a look and see what we've got. So we're starting off here with the four main brothers. This is the very first release of these figures. They changed quite a bit over the course of time, didn't they? From sort of the very first line to the last of the turtle figures. I'm really looking forward to seeing if we get the NECA 2012 figures in the UK, because I think it'd be quite cool to have a proper larger realization of those figures that are sort of TV accurate. But yeah, these ones, for what they are, I have to say I really like these. These might be my favourites, although they don't really represent the characters so much in the show. I think they look meaner. They're yeah, really well sculpted, and yeah, the feet are probably the most debatable thing. Obviously the feet were nothing like this in the show. So alongside the brothers, we've got Splinter. Really liked this figure and the interpretation of him in the show. We've got Slash. We've got some Mousers at the bottom here. I've got a mixture of those. They come in sort of blacks and greys. We've got Mutagen Man. Leatherhead. Really cool figure. Really great interpretation of him in the show. We've got April O'Neil at the back here. Unfortunately, my one's got a glued arm because that was broken. We've got Metalhead. Behind Metalhead, we've got the Dark Beaver. At the back, we've got the Fugitoid, classic figure. Monkey Brains, Casey Jones, and we've got Tilla the Frog here. We've then got Neutralizer, really like that figure, and Tiger Claw, another quite cool figure. We've got Mozart here, just hidden at the back, Triceraton. Squirrelinoid, weird sort of episode, that one. We've got Karai. This is her when she's been mutated into the serpent. I don't have a loose Karai in sort of a normal one. We've got Spider Bites hiding in here. Kirby Bat. Cockroach Terminator. Really cool figure. At the back here we've got Razar, the second mutation of Shredder's henchman. We've got Lord Dreg. We've got Baxter Stockman. I have got two Baxter Stockmans actually, I didn't realise that. But yeah, I've got Baxter Stockman with his mech suit, and I've got Stockman Fly. Really like that figure. Hiding behind here, you can see you've got Snakeweed. We've got Dog Pound. And you've got Krang, one of the Krangs. We've got these two, which are the tails of the TMNT versions of Bebop and Rocksteady. I thought they were the best versions. I have got the original ones as well, but these were the ones that I preferred. Fish Face. This is one that comes in a sort of double pack, so I kept that because it's slightly different. The Rat King. And then this side here we've got one of my favourite figures in this whole line, the limited edition Shredder with all the chrome finishing on it. I've actually got two of these. I've got one sort of boxed over there, and I've got this one which I've got on display. And behind him we've got a gaggle of, I think, half a dozen foot soldiers. So yeah, a really nice little display. I think sort of nice to have those out to enjoy all the time. But yeah, that's just the tip of the iceberg really. So let's look at the other figures we've got in the collection. So this box here is where I've got all the other loose figures. I'd love to have them all on display, but there's just not the space at the moment, so I'll bundle them all together in here. Let's have a quick whiz through these and I'll show you the other loose figures that I've got in the collection. Quite a few. Right. So we've got some of the Super Ninja characters. We've got Mikey, we've got Leo, and we've got Donatello. got a bit of something going on. We've got some other variants. We've got Michelangelo from the Combat Pack. We've got one of the Mutations Michelangelos. We've got a Shredder. We've got a Leonardo on his AT3 sort of three-wheeler thing. We've got another Mutagen Man. We've got a loose Dimension X Leo. We've got another Lord Dreg. Another Neutralizer. We've got Leonardo on his converting bike. Got an original Leonardo figure. Another original Shredder figure. And we've got one of the removable helmet versions. This is not the chrome one. Got Dojo Splinter. Another Leatherhead. We've got the regular Rocksteady. We've got another Krang figure. Variant of Raphael. This is another one that comes with a vehicle normally. This is the Mutations Leo. Squirrelanoid. Tiger Claw. This is a Battle Shell Mikey. We've got Raph the Barbarian. Unfortunately missing most of his bits and bobs. Mystic Donny. Another Casey Jones. Spare Dog Pound. Razar. This is the regular fish face. We've got Mystic Michelangelo. This is Donatello that goes with the submarine. Another Tiger Claw. Another Krang. We've got regular Splinter. We've got the Mutations Donny. Spider Bites. Metalhead. This is the Mutations one. We've got Leo the Mummy. Frank and Don. It's a regular Bebop. Stealth Tech Donny. Dimension X Casey Jones. This is the Mutation Slash, the slightly taller version. And this is the regular Slash, but this one doesn't have painted toes, weirdly. The other two I've got the painted toes, whether that was a variant or just a, I don't know. Regular Metalhead. This is the Battle Shell Donatello. Hot Rod Mikey. Dimension X Michelangelo with no accessories whatsoever other than his belt. We've got another regular Leonardo. Not sure why I've got two of them. This is the Leo the Knight with no accessories at all except for his belt. Raphael is the vampire. Another Shredder, removable helmet Shredder, and the helmet's in here. We've got Stealth Tech Leo. Another Mystic Donny without all his gear. Mutations Raph. We've got all four of the Mutageneers. We've got Donatello, Michelangelo, Raphael, and Leonardo, but he was in a different bundle and doesn't come with his backpack. And then at the bottom here, we've got a random Krang, and we've got just two of the ninjas in training. Okay, so in terms of carded figures, let's start with the very first releases of the Turtles. We've got the four brothers. All these are the purple style ones. So as far as I'm aware, they started out purple and then obviously changed them later, but I don't know that for a fact. But yeah, I do really like these original first release turtles. I still think they look really cool. Okay, so then after the original turtles, they released these battle shell versions. Playmates always love to go down the battle shell sort of route, don't they? So you've got Leo, Donnie, Mikey, and Raph. Again, these are quite cool. You can see though they've tried to get the faces a bit closer to the show. Definitely look a bit more like the actual animated show now. But yeah, we've got all four of those battle shell figures. Pretty cool. In other variants, we've got the Stealth Tech Ninjas. These four are really good. Again, I do like all these Stealth Tech versions. We've got all four brothers in this line. Quite cool. And you've got the Mutagen Ooze figures as well. You've got Ooze launching Leo, Ooze scooping Donnie, Ooze chucking Mikey, and squished in the corner here we've got Ooze tossing Raph. And actually, going around this corner, we can show some other figures we've got. So these are the two, these are the ninjas in training, released on the purple card. Leonardo, Donatello, and then you've got Raphael and Michelangelo. Sorry about the glare. And I suppose we should include these. These are the comic book versions, but they were released during this line, so I suppose they do count, even though they're not really showing the 2012 show specific figures. So yeah, I guess they're a bit of a curiosity in that regard. And up here I've also got Donatello with his submarine loose, and I've got Mikey and his hot rod. The final sort of turtles that are on the purple cards I've got are the live action roleplay ones. So we've got Raphael squished in the corner here. We've got Mikey the elf. We've got Donnie the wizard. And finally we've got Leo the knight. Again, really cool variants these. Really pleased to have those in the collection. So the next lot are these Mystic figures. These are some of my favourite variants of the turtles from this line. And you'll notice with this lot, the packaging has started to change. The original ones, as you've seen, were all in the sort of purple packaging. And then they sort of changed to this more colourful style. So you had the Mystic figures. You've got Mystic Raphael, Michelangelo, Donatello, Leonardo. Really like these figures. Alongside the live action roleplay ones, I think these are some of my favourite ones. Although, yeah, there's so many good ones. As I was putting this all together for the video, it surprised me how many variations there were of each turtle figure. I mean, with this line, yeah, they went bananas really. There's so many different types of brothers. And yeah, this comes on to the next one, which is the samurai versions from Tales of the TMNT, slightly later releases. So again, you've got Raphael, Mikey, Donnie, Leo. Really cool figures. And although he's not a turtle, this is the only Usagi Yojimbo figure I've got for the 2012 line. Yeah, really cool figure. And again, that's the final one from the samurai sort of Tales portion. And then you've got another release of the main figures. This time, the repaints with the eyeballs and the colour-coded knee pads, etc. And again, there's even two versions of these, because I've got some of them have got the sort of the three toes that you had with the very first ones, and then others have got the more show accurate ones. But these are cool. Yeah, I like these. Again, slightly different take. Don't look quite as mean, but essentially they're the same as the first release, just with the different paint job and eyes, etc. But yeah, all the 4 brothers there we've got, which is cool. And then we've got the Monsters and Mutants from the Tales again. These are really awesome figures. I haven't actually watched this show yet, so I'm really looking forward to seeing that. It's I'm working my way through it, and this is one I haven't seen yet. So yeah, I really like these. Everyone's represented. You've got 2 lots of Leo and 2 lots of Raph, and then you've got Frank and Don and Werewolf Mikey. Again, I've got all 6 of these on the card. In this corner, I've left it up. This is one of the Throw and Battle figures. I picked this up fairly early on when I was collecting, not really knowing what it was, and it's okay. I kind of decided not to collect all of these type. I just wasn't so keen on the look of them really, but I kept that one. And we've got Shadow Ninja Mikey and Leonardo. To my knowledge, I didn't do any others, just those 2. We've got 2 of the head drop-in figures, Mikey and Leo. They did do 4 of these, but I've only got these 2, unfortunately. We've got Tongue Poppin' Donnie and Tongue Poppin' Mikey. And we've got Eye Poppin' Leo. Some really unusual sort of variants, sort of harking back to the old 80s figures, I think. Of course, you've got the Mutations ones that came again a little later on. I've only got a couple of these. Don't tend to see them come up very often, actually. I've got Mikey and Leo again on these ones. I've got one of the Spyline figures, Spyline Mikey. Never seen the others, but I believe they did release all 4. And then we get into these sort of there's a few double packs. This one is just one. There's 2 of these. You've got this one, which is Mikey and Fishface, and I think there's a Leonardo one as well that comes with Mutagen Man, but I don't have that. We've got the Super Shredder figures. We've got Super Ninja Raph and Super Ninja Mikey. I don't have the other 2. The Leo and Donatello versions of these are the only 2 left on my list to try and get this year, but I don't think I've ever seen them. Hopefully they will turn up at some point. And then yeah, speaking of double packs, we've also got these 3, which are the sort of the versus ones. You've got Raphael with Shredder. You've got Michelangelo with Rocksteady, and you've got Leonardo and Bebop. Again, these figures obviously are all variants, slightly different details and colours and so on. And then if we carry along, we've got the Dimension X Turtles. So we've got Space Captain Leonardo, Scientist Donnie, Space Battler Raph, Space Traveller Mikey. I think I've run out of ideas at that point. Obviously there's a load more Dimension X figures, which I'll show you in a bit. Then we've got the Bebop and Rocksteady 80s figures. So we've got this Leonardo with his trench coat, and then we've got the carded Bebop, and below him, just squeeze in, we've got the Rocksteady as well, which is pretty cool. So I think that's all the turtle variants we've got, and 1 or 2 other figures that go along with them in different sets. So then we've got the allies and the villains to look at. So of course the first one we're going to go on about is Splinter, the most beloved of the Turtles allies. And you've got 2 versions of him that they released, well, that I've got anyway. I've got the Dojo Splinter and the original. And Dojo is one of those ones that, again, they weirdly released twice in different packaging. Don't know why. There's a few like that. You've got, of course, April O'Neil. But yeah, I really liked April in this. She became quite a big, integral part of the story. And I've got the Dimension X variant as well. And of course, Casey Jones, one of my favourite TMNT characters. Yeah, Don't mind this version of him. I think it's pretty, obviously a younger take on the character, but I think pretty cool. And again, I've got the Dimension X variant there. And of course, what Turtle collection wouldn't have the Shredder? My favourite villain. Yeah, really great take on Shredder. I don't have, really annoyingly, I don't have the first release on card of Shredder. I've got this second one, with the removable helmet and that, and I've also got the Mutant Shredders, and I've got this awesome Super Shredder figure from the Super Shredder TMNT, sort of the Tails version. Really, really cool figure. Love that. Of course, shortly behind Shredder in terms of iconic figures, you've got the foot soldiers. So this is the original one, and then I've got the robotic foot soldiers that were introduced just a little bit later in the series, created by the Krang. And here we have one of the Krang. And then I think probably one of the biggest surprises for me, sort of watching this series, was that it was almost like Secret of the Ooze, you know, in so much as they brought in the two, I guess, key initial henchmen, and it wasn't Bebop and Rocksteady, which wasn't a problem. These were the two that they brought in instead. You had Fishface and Dog Pound. I thought Dog Pound was probably the better of the two characters. And then he was mutated again a second time and became the slightly more unsettling Razar, which obviously connection to the Secret of the Ooze there. And then we start seeing some other really familiar faces with Baxter Stockman. He's another one where we've got the same figure in different packaging. And of course, Stockman Fly, after he gets mutated. Other classic characters, you've got Metalhead, really cool interpretation of him. We've got the Rat King, again, released twice for some reason on different packaging. We've got Slash, and we've got Mutagen Man. Of course, you have to have Karai, and this is her after being mutated, Karai's serpent. You've got the awesome Leatherhead, and then finally we do get to see Rocksteady and Bebop. This is the Rocksteady figure, again one where they've released the same figure with different packaging, and he also got one of the Mutations releases, so I have got that one. Here's his Rocksteady's partner in crime, Bebop. Again, one of the ones where you've got two versions of the same figure, and you've got the Mutations version of him. And the other sort of classic characters that were included, we've got Attila the Frog, we've got Armagon, Mondo Gecko, the Fugitoid, we've got Mozart, the Triceraton. These are the other Dimension X ones, Lord Dreg, Robug. Now, as far as I'm aware, and please feel free to correct me in the comments if I've got this wrong, I think all the remaining figures I'm showing you are unique to this series. I might got that wrong. I've not watched everything Turtles, but you've got the Dark Beaver. I don't have the dire one, the purple one, but yeah, you've got the Dark Beavers. You've got Monkey Brains, the Cockroach Terminator, Squirrelanoid, Tiger Claw, Snakeweed, Spider Bites, Kirby Bat, and then we've got Neutralizer. So yeah, quite a decent collection, I think. Okay, so we've got a small selection of vehicles from this line, This is the shell raiser. It's not brand new, but I did buy it second hand and it was in the box with instructions and whatnot. So it comes with all the bits, it is complete. So that's quite a cool vehicle. And I also managed to pick up 2 of these Mutations vehicles, brand new in the box. Each of them comes with a figure. The first one here is the Tri-Flyer. This one comes with the Jet Jam and Raff figure, which is pretty cool. And then we've got the Quad Rotor, which is Leonardo's Mutations vehicle. This one you may remember from the loose figure. So yeah, this is another complete in box. This is brand new. I've got this 4-pack with all the 4 brothers in. So that's sealed. This is not just 2012, but was released around that time. So this has got the 2012 Leonardo alongside the original sort of old school 80s Leonardo and the sort of comic book version that they released. So you've got 3 Leonardos all together in this sort of triple pack. And then we've got the 2013 limited edition shredder. I've got 2 of these. One of them you've already seen in the loose figures on the shelf, and the other one is been kept in the box. They've both been opened, but they're both complete. And yeah, I've just kept one in the box and one on display. But yeah, quite cool figures these. I suppose we will count these as well. So these are the first run of the Ninja Superstar figures, all 4. We've got Leo as John Cena, Raph as Sting, Donatello as The Undertaker, which is my personal favourite, and then we've got Mikey as the Macho Man. I've got these 4 all boxed, and I've got them loose as well, but without the accessories on display. I haven't got the second series. Wasn't as bothered by some of those characters. Certainly 2 of them I wouldn't be worried about having, although I did think the Ultimate Warrior Donatello one was pretty cool. I'd probably pick that up if I saw it. Okay, so there we go. That is the entire 2012 collection that I've got up to date. I don't think it will grow massively in the future. There's a few odd characters I still like to pick up. 1 or 2 vehicle packs on that I'd like to add, but to be honest, I've pretty much got most of what A there is and B I want from this. I'm really pleased with how this collection's come together. Thanks ever so much for watching. If you've enjoyed the video, please consider leaving a like, and if you want to see more of the TMNT collection and any other collections that we've got and what we've put up, then consider subscribing to the channel. Much appreciated, and I hope we catch you again soon. Cheers.